Thank you for taking your time about seeing this video. So a little bit about me before we are starting to learning something. I'm a founder of Astronomer.io. It's a e-learning platform for people that want to take simulations before they're going up for the CNCF certifications, the community of the cloud native. You can visit on astronomer.io. That would be in the description too. I am a Kubernetes specialist. I spend all of my time to Kubernetes, and I see myself as a very big cloud native enthusiast. And then I love to learn out of what I'm doing. So in this case, I'm a public speaker. I'm speaking on different meetups and conferences. That's a little about me, and I think it's time to go into the content of this videos. Hello everyone, and welcome for this video about audit logging, and it's how you can prepare yourself for the CKS exam. One of the things I normally do when I'm preparing for this exam, I have failed a couple of times, and every time I hit this one, my brain basically just getting a meltdown, and I forgot everything about it. So what I have learned is take this task into smaller pieces, and that's what I want to learn you today in this video, how you could be sure if you are making some mistakes in the halfway, then you still are ready to continue and open up the questions and close it in a good direction, because it's not about you completed succeeds 100%, but if you output some logs and filtering some logs out, then you get points. So it's not nothing or everything. You can score points based on your performance. So I will learn you something like that, so you don't need to rush. Yeah. So in my documentation here in Git, you can see you can go for the official audit logging. You have access to that in the exam. And then I have a small quick recall here, non-meta request response, and how it could look like when you're touching the kubelet. And the same here in different ways what we can do. But I will go through that, and yeah, that's what we're going to learn today. So let's go into the terminal again. And when you're logged in here, you need to go for this as a super user. So use the sudo -i, and then you are in as a root. It's very important, because without using the root, you cannot do the changes you need, because the kubelet is running as I know, as root in the exam. So that's how it's working. So remember to log in. When you're inside here, it's very important to know everything we want to work in. It's inside the Kubernetes folder. As you can see, we have the admin, the controller, kubelet conf, manifest, everything here. And the first thing we want to do is make a dir called audit, AUDET. Inside the audit, we want to create a policy, and we just save it here. So just to, sorry, not save it, we need to make the very minimal one. So say API version should be the audit k8s.io/version1, and then we, the kind should be a policy, and the rules inside here should be level metadata. So what we explain here is we want to log every metadata in everything, so we get a lot of logs when we enable this one, and that's okay, because we need to confirm the policy actually working. So that's okay. Save it and quit it. So now when we have the policy created, we have the very minimal one, then we need to go into the kube API server and make the change. And we go one folder back and into the manifest, and you can see here we have 4 files, and the file we want to do and work inside is the kube API server. So before we are doing that, I would recommend you to just say kube API server, and copy that and call it here to just bk as a backup. Then we have it inside our home folder as a backup file, because if we do something mistake here, then your kubelet will not get up and running. So it's very important to not mess this up. When you have taken the backup, let's open up the kube-api server. And inside here we need to make some changes. I will show what we could change, and it's normally here in the commands. Now I think it's important we are using the documentation, so you can use the link here. It will open this page and search for max size. Then we can drop down here, and the first thing we want to do is copy the policy and log path. Don't spend time to write it down, it's waste of time. You need to be fast in the CKS, so reuse what you can use. And we have put it inside the audit folder, it's the policy, and we want to have it inside the logs and inside here. That's where we want to place it. And then we think about the maximum backup. I think it's fine to have that, because in the exam you're not just only get the log path. You are asking for something more than that. So I think it's important to know what it is. The maximum backup are used to collecting the maximum numbers of backups in your files. So that's meaning if you're using maximum size, in this case we want to use that for 500 megabytes, and if we use that combined with the maximum backups, that's mean you only keep 5 files with 500 megabytes and maximum 2.5 gigabyte of logs locally. And that should be that for now, and then we're going down for the volumes here. And when you scroll down here, you have two options: the volumes mount, where you can mount the policy with audit and read only, and the logs with audio logs. But I will not recommend that, because that makes sometimes some mistakes. So what you can do is just copy this one, directory or crate, then going into your files. That's the volumes. So let's going down to the volumes first. We can just put it here in the first one. It's much easier to handle. 1, 1, 1, 1, and we know that we just say this one. And scrolling up, this is what the name we want. And when you coming up here, we just copy this one and paste it in again, and we just take this one. And we already know now we want to call this for audit. We just want to remove the read-only path. And we want to use this folder. And then we're saving it. And going into the audit. And just wait sometimes. You can see we're getting refused. It can take some time. And if the logs folder doesn't getting created, then you can just create it. It's fine. But let's give it some time. So when it's back online, you can see everything here should run smooth. And if I'm saying ls logs, then we should have logs. And inside logs we have audit. And now I can tail this one. And you can see everything's happened inside. So right now we know the logs are working as we are expected, and that's very nice. Now we can start out to filtering out what we don't want inside the policy file. So when you confirm the logs actually start putting out, then you are ready to do the next step of the exam. So please don't rush in this part, because then you will fail it, and you will getting in the pressure and panic. So remember to take a backup of the kube API file, and remember to reuse everything from the documentation you can use, and keep everything inside the Kubernetes folder, and use your root user in this task. Then I think it's very nice, and it should be straightforward. Don't forget to subscribe my channel, or give this video a like and share if you really like it. And if you have any questions, please make them in the comments below. Thank you for watching this video, and hope to see you next time.